Ever felt a dream too big for your quiet voice? Meet Leo, a barista whose world revolved around the comforting hum of an espresso machine and the rich aroma of freshly ground beans. Day in and day out, he crafted lattes with meticulous precision, each swirl of foam a tiny masterpiece. But behind his shy smile and averted gaze lay a secret ambition: to compete on the world stage, to have his coffee creations judged by the best. The thought alone made his heart pound, not with excitement, but with a paralyzing fear of judgment, of being seen. His small coffee shop, a haven of familiar faces and gentle chatter, felt like the edge of his universe. He'd watch videos of international barista championships, mesmerized by the confidence and artistry, a pang of longing mixed with the bitter taste of self-doubt. "That's a different world, Leo," he'd whisper to himself, polishing the gleaming steel of the machine. One crisp autumn morning, a flyer appeared on the staff board. "Local Barista Championship, sign-ups open." His colleague, Maya, a bubbly and observant woman, noticed his lingering gaze. "You should go for it, Leo. Your coffee is magic." He mumbled a polite refusal, his cheeks flushing. I'm not good enough. I get too nervous." Maya, however, wasn't easily deterred. "Nonsense! Your passion shines through every cup. What's the worst that could happen? You learn something new." Her words, gentle yet firm, planted a tiny seed of courage. That night, sleep eluded him. The flyer seemed to glow in his mind. He thought of the intricate latte art he practiced for hours after closing, the subtle nuances of flavor he could coax from a single bean. Was it truly impossible? The next day, with a trembling hand, he scrawled his name on the sign-up sheet. The moment his pen touched the paper, a jolt of fear, quickly followed by a surge of exhilarating terror, shot through him. This was it. There was no turning back. The training began in earnest. Every spare moment was dedicated to perfecting his craft. He experimented with new brewing methods, meticulously timed extractions, and practiced his presentation, speaking to an imaginary audience of judges. There were countless failures: burnt milk, bitter shots, latte art that resembled abstract blobs more than delicate swans. Frustration mounted. One evening, after a particularly disastrous practice session, he slumped against the counter, tears welling in his eyes. "I can't do this, Maya," he confessed when she found him. "It's too hard. I'm just a barista from a small shop." Maya sat beside him, offering a comforting hand. "Leo, every master was once a beginner. The only failure is not trying. Remember why you started. Remember the joy coffee brings you." Her words were a lifeline. He picked himself up, wiped his eyes, and started again, this time with renewed focus. The local competition arrived, a blur of bright lights, unfamiliar faces, and the intimidating silence of judges. His hands shook as he prepared his signature drink. He could feel every eye on him, every breath held. But as he poured the milk, something shifted. The familiar rhythm of the machine, the scent of coffee, grounded him. He wasn't just a shy barista anymore. He was an artist, sharing his passion. He finished, a perfect tulip blooming in the cup, and managed a small, genuine smile. To his astonishment, he placed third. Not first, but a victory nonetheless. The applause, the genuine congratulations from fellow competitors, felt like a warm embrace. He had done it. He had stepped out of his comfort zone. The taste of success, however small, was intoxicating. It ignited a new fire within him. The world stage no longer felt like an impossible dream, but a challenging, yet attainable, next step. He spent months researching the international competition, studying the techniques of champions, and saving every penny. The financial burden was immense, the training even more rigorous. He worked double shifts, sacrificing sleep and social life. There were days he felt utterly alone, questioning his sanity. "Is this worth it?" he'd ask his reflection, seeing the exhaustion etched on his face. One day, while experimenting with a rare Ethiopian bean, he discovered a unique flavor profile, a delicate balance of floral and citrus notes he'd never encountered before. It was a breakthrough, a signature drink that felt truly his own. This discovery reignited his spirit, reminding him of the pure joy of creation. The day finally came. He stood on the international stage, the roar of the crowd a distant hum. Competitors from every corner of the globe, each a master in their own right, surrounded him. His heart hammered, but this time, it was different. It was a nervous excitement, a readiness to face the challenge. He took a deep breath, focused on his station, and began. He moved with a newfound confidence, his hands steady, his movements fluid. He wasn't just making coffee. He was telling a story with every pour, every aroma, every sip. He presented his drink, his voice clear and steady as he explained his inspiration. He didn't win the grand prize. He placed in the top 10, a remarkable achievement for someone who once couldn't speak above a whisper. But the true victory wasn't the trophy. It was the journey. It was the shy barista who dared to chase a dream, who found his voice not in shouting, but in the quiet artistry of his craft. He returned home, not as a world champion, but as something far more profound, a man transformed. His coffee shop buzzed with new energy, his story inspiring others. He learned that courage isn't the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. That dreams, no matter how big, begin with a single, brave step, and that sometimes the quietest voices have the most powerful stories to tell. So, what dream are you holding back, waiting for the perfect moment? Perhaps it's time to take that first, terrifying, exhilarating step. The world is waiting for your story.